Would you like to get better at social media, but you find the whole thing a mystery? Or do you ever post and hear crickets? Wah, 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 wah. Well, if so, then this is the episode for you. We're going to have some fun today. My name is Dana Wild. I am your host. This is the Positive Mindset for Entrepreneurs channel. This is the show where you discover how to grow your business faster by training your brain and feeling good. If you're ready to be part of the Train Your Brain Sandbox, hit the subscribe button and do opt in at danawild.com/mantra. You can get a daily mantra. It helps keep you on top of your mindset daily, gives you a little jolt of happy in your inbox. So we had somebody write in, and here is what they wrote. I would like to get better at social media marketing, but it's a complete mystery. When I show up on a channel, I don't know what to say. I like the idea of using social media conceptually, but in the day to day practice, I often become paralyzed and I end up surfing and looking at other people's posts rather than creating my own. Yeah, I would venture to bet a lot of people can identify with that because aren't we familiar with how name a channel, any social media network can become a complete rabbit hole. And you do feel like, what am I going to post? I'm talking to the whole world. What am I going to say? Right? It's understandable why you feel that way. So I want to address something right up front that is something to think about. Do you really want this? Like, do you really want to become good at social media? It feels like you do. And so I'm going to answer this question that way. But I'm mentioning this for the people who may not really like the idea of getting good at social media. We have this idea sometimes as entrepreneurs that you have to be on social media or you have to be on TikTok or you have to have a podcast or you have to have a blog. All of these ideas of these have tos, we can't be successful if you aren't doing this thing, right? And so I just want to make a note that that's true only if you are not a brain trainer. So you have to have a blog if you're not training your brain. You have to be on TikTok if you're not training your brain. You have to be on social media if you're not training your brain. But if you are a brain trainer, like the people who are attracted to this channel, you can build your business your way. You can only do things you love to do. You don't have to fall prey to all of that FOMO and fear and false information about what you have to do to build a business because we leverage the power of mindset to build businesses. And if one person ever on planet Earth has been successful in a business without using social media, you think, then you can be too. So get rid of all those messages. Now, having said that, the person who wrote this, I feel from you like you feel sincere that you actually really do want to use social media. Like you want to get good at it. You want to figure it out. I feel this kind of level of curiosity. So I'm going to answer this question that way rather than saying, well, then just don't. Because if you don't like social media, don't want to be on social media, be successful anyway. You don't need it. But for those of you that do want to get good at social media, I'm going to assume that you want it. And I'm going to give you just a couple of tips that I think will be useful. So the first one is pick one network that is you've decided is going to be your favorite network. So don't try to get good at all of the networks or figure them all out. That is the fastest way to overwhelm. Pick one and plant your flag in that one and claim it and say, this is going to be my channel. One of the things I can recommend to you is to match it with your natural gifts that you have already. If you haven't already taken it, you can go to danawild.com/marketing superpower, all together, no spaces, marketing superpower, danawild.com/marketing superpower. And you can take a little quiz. It takes about 5 minutes to do the quiz, and you will get a list of ideas that match with your natural gifts, your marketing superpower, so that you can build your business with the things you already love to do, the things you're already good at. So if you're a writer, you're going to use writing to build your business. If you hate being on video, you're not going to start a YouTube channel. We're matching your gifts with the appropriate channel. In other words, I want you to find a marketing method that you love, 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 love to do. If you love creating graphics, maybe Pinterest is your channel or Instagram. I actually had a visit with somebody in one of my higher end programs the other day, and she likes making PowerPoint presentations, like loves it. And Instagram was a perfect match for her because carousel posts are like little mini PowerPoint presentations. So whatever you love to do and would do it all day long gladly, that's the method you're going to use to build your business. And you're going to use it on one channel. Now, I know many of you are already thinking like, yeah, but it would be so easy to repurpose it. I could just push a button and be everywhere else. If you want to pay somebody to do that and just pay money to be other places, even though you're not going to master it, go ahead. But if you're doing it yourself, it is still taking your attention and your energy and your psychic attention, your emotional energy away from your one channel. The reason the one channel concept is so powerful is because there's an old phrase. I wish I could remember who said it, but they said, put all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. And it's like that. You make a different energetic shift when you say, I'm going to choose this channel and I'm going to become a maestro of this network. I'm going to learn everything I can about it. I'm going to understand it inside and out. I want you to become so good at it that people are coming to you asking you how to build on that network. And it doesn't matter which network you pick. I don't care if you pick Twitter, Blue Sky, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, pick a network. There, Discord, Twitch. I mean, I could go on and on and on, right? There's so many of them. Pick one, decide you're going to become a maestro. Make sure it's something that matches with your natural gifts that you love, 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 love to do, and go all in. Go all in with it and watch that basket. Then, and this is the most important piece, in order to be successful at any aspect of our businesses, we have to become vigilant about our thinking, the way we think about things. Now, you notice, I'm going to go back to the sentence you wrote. You said, I would like to get better at social media marketing, but it's a complete mystery. Now, that word but is a power word in the English language. When you say the word but, your brain doesn't hear anything that was said before it. The only thing your brain hears is what came after. So the words that your brain is matching is, it's a complete mystery. It's a complete mystery over and over again. Doesn't hear anything else. So we have to become vigilant about how we think and talk about it. If you can be proactive in your thinking before you learn anything about the network, before you take action, and not for a year, if you can just be proactive in your thinking for 2, 3, 4 days, you'll know when it's time to act because you'll start to get excited. So start to think thoughts that feel good and feel better with regard to your social media network. Each and every one of us has a reticular activating system part of our brain that acts like a little matchmaker in our heads. Whatever we think about, whatever we talk about, the RAS is matching up. It's sifting through the mucky muck and matching up. So when you say sentences that feel better, feel good about social media, what happens is then your brain starts matching that up. So you start saying things like, okay, I like this idea of going all in with one network. And I could see that social media would be more fun if I was matching it with my gifts. And I feel relieved that I don't have to do a bunch of stuff I hate to do, that if I'm a brain trainer, I can think good thoughts and do things I love to do, and I'll have success with it. And even saying that sentence, I can already start to feel the energy lifting. And I see how this brain training thing is working because I'm getting lighter and lighter and feeling happier and happier already, and I'm barely even getting started. So I like the idea of matching my gifts to a social network. I like the idea of figuring it out. I like the idea that I don't have to be good at it all at once and that I'm going into it with a learner's mind, with a beginning mind. I'm excited to figure out all the pieces of this. I'm excited that I can become good at a craft. It's something I already love to do. I feel like I want to become good at a craft. It feels good to think about mastering my area of the world and my method for marketing. And I love that I don't have to become good at everything. I can just become good at this one thing. That sounds so manageable because I'm already a lifelong learner. I love to learn things. So I can take that gift that I have, my love for learning, and I can apply it to this. And it'll be so fun to just follow the feel good. And I trust that when I learn something about the network, if it's something that feels exciting and fun to do, I'll follow it. And if it's something that feels like drudgery, I won't follow it. And I'm just going to continue to train my brain and play with this. And I'm getting better at it and I'm learning it and I'm starting to understand social media better. And it feels so exciting. I love going into it with this attitude. And it feels so much better surfing when I'm on that network now, too, because I know I'm learning and studying and I'm looking at things with fresh new eyes. Like, when you speak to yourself in that terminology, when you speak to yourself in that way, you end up creating positive emotional momentum that then opens up the creative pathways in your brain. You get access to good ideas. You see things differently. You see the world differently. You make different choices. You make different decisions and you build your business in the feel good way. You're using the skills that you've got and you're using your love of learning, which I know you have because you listen to this channel, and using your brain to leverage the power of positive emotional momentum. So it's a much more fun way to build a business, and it's a much more fun way to do social media. Now, the next thing I want to tell you, and I think that this thing alone would probably carry you all the way there, but we forget about it, and we tend to go on to social media, make a post, and then check 5 minutes later. Did anybody like it? Did anybody do anything? Did anybody comment? And so right now, if you want to make me feel really, really good, you could just comment on this video and say, "Hey, we love you, Dana." That would be great. What I would like to suggest when you're building your new social media network, your new social media channel, is don't look at outcomes. Do it for the fun of it. Do it for the joy of it. Do it for the learning of it. Do it because it's a new skill to master. Do it because you're playing. Imagine if you were taking up painting or you were taking up embroidery or you were taking up woodworking or you're taking up some new hobby. You're not going to be great at it when you start out, but we don't take up a new hobby and look at the painting and go, "Oh, this is terrible. I might as well give up now." We don't do that. We do it for the joy of it. We do it for the fun of it. We know we're going to get better at it. Make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do it for fun and joy for a while anyway. If you're a year into it and you're finding that it's work or drudgery, if you're in 6 months into it and you find it's drudgery or work and you're not enjoying it anymore, then obviously maybe there's something else out there for you. But if you can go into it with that beginner's mind and that feel good and say, "I'm just going to just do this for the joy of it for a while. I'm going to master this. I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to take this as far as I can take it and have as much fun as I can have with it." It's such a better place to be than the place of like, "I'm doing this only if I get results. I'm doing this only if it works." You know, we don't even give ourselves a chance to get good at something or have some fun. And who knows how good you could get? Who knows how big your channel could be? Like, really go into it with that feel good and give yourself a chance. Don't worry about the outcome or the results you're getting. Have fun learning, have fun getting better at it. And with that, I know that if you move forward with these few tips, and the most important one being brain training, that you will be using your brain in the right way. You'll be thinking the good thoughts. You'll be saying those things to yourself like, "I'm getting this. I'm getting better at this. I know I can trust myself. I like following my joy. It's so fun to play with this. It feels so good to play in this social media arena. I like seeing how other people are doing it. I love that I can look at successful people and feel good because I'm learning from them. I love that I can see what's working. I love that I can apply what's working. I love that I can experiment and use my natural gifts. And without a doubt, take those baby steps, have some fun, and do it with a joy. And You have totally got this.